So, as anyone with a mind would do, I observe and I reflect a lot, which means sitting in thought, which I have been doing a lot lately, trying to make sense of the chaos that surrounds my individual world. If anyone has followed me on social media, specifically Instagram, which is currently like deactivated right now, along with some other like social media accounts that I've just deactivated. I've been really trying to get into my art bag, and I've been working a lot with doing portraits, figure drawing, watercoloring, and even figure sculpting. And I guess even more recently, sort of kind of film because I guess I do YouTube now. And basically, what that means is I've been doing a lot of creation, and to me, creation is very synonymous with art. And while I've been immersing myself in what I've discovered to be my long lost love, I've just noticed a lot of different things regarding the value and the presentation of art and creations and the crossover of the art and creations into the digital plane of existence that exists right now, in which we have all been partaking in. And this goes into the dreaded era of quote unquote content creation, where art has become content. But here, I must go ahead and divide the line and point out that content does not equate to art. One of the biggest things that I noticed on this digital plane is the constant turning of creation into content, and creation being made simply to follow the current trending aesthetic or simply a trend in general, which is curated by our good old algorithms because that is what drives viewership. I think one of the biggest battles artists face is a battle between creating something that is meaningful, which usually takes a lot of time and effort, versus dishing out something quickly and doing a lot of it just to follow a trend that everyone, aka society, seems to like and will view, or it somehow generates monetary value. I really say all of this because the digital plane causes many creators and artists to feel as if they have to create things that follow a set algorithm determined by what the people like. And it can become very confining, which is the opposite of what I believe art and creation should be like. In many ways, creation and creating art should really be liberating because the artist is not following the status quo of a trend or what people like. And now you're probably wondering, how does aesthetics relate to all of this? Well, aesthetics is the study of beauty, and I know that's like a very subjective sort of like idea, but when it comes to art, aesthetics is the artist's stylistic choices that convey a piece's meaning, its beauty and significance, its value or emotions to the observer or the audience who is taking in that piece of work. But what we're seeing being created is not aesthetics chosen by an artist or a creator. It is aesthetics chosen by an algorithm because the aesthetic is trending. It is the aesthetics of what gets the views because it just looks quote unquote visually pleasing rather than having any real significance. I understand that, again, all of this is very subjective and depends on the observer and how they perceive things. But this is where I make space for my own perception. In my opinion, we see a lot of meaningless content and creation, propaganda, standards of beauty slash attractiveness, and the loss of true deeper meaning and significance in creation. It's kind of like, where do we divide art and entertainment? And when did we as a people start to value mindless entertainment over thought-provoking, even emotion evoking works of art. There are many creators out there, and I'll go ahead and just highlight this really quick. It's not even just individual people anymore. You have mega corporations who are like churning out a whole bunch of like content, who create solely for only views and not substance, which often overshadows creators and artists of substance that evoke an analysis of real aesthetics, meaning, and the reflection of one's own soul and existence. I think it's a well-known phenomenon of what type of content usually makes it to the trending pages that are seen by many people. We, the observers, are meaninglessly viewing and consuming what we see created on the social digital planes, which arguably has no meaning outside of maybe relatability and short-lived comedy because it might be relatable. And there's a lot of that floating around. And this is just a cutscene, so just a heads up, we're not even touching on the exploitative and illusionary nature of content creation. Again, this also might be another topic that I'll talk about on another day. If you're interested, of course leave a like, leave a comment, so I know you're interested in maybe hearing about my opinions regarding that. Wait, why am I saying all of this again? I'm saying all of this because, I don't know, I feel like I want to see more meaningful creations and art. I think I'm looking for the soul of the things that are out there on this digital plane. And it isn't just with art and content, but it's also with people that I'm kind of trying to find this. Because in this space, I'm looking for something real. And it's not always about the tangibility when I say that I'm looking for something real. I'm talking about the true essence, the soul, and only the real ones who are listening to this would even understand that. Artists and creators don't always have to make things for the audience or to please people or to even market something. In a sea of cultural meaninglessness, I'm trying to put out things with substance. And this is kind of like what kind of prompted me to make this video. I'm trying to make things that are thought-provoking and kind of make you second guess. You know, things that make the observer, aka you, the viewer, think a bit more and feel a bit more. And to really question why things are created in such a fashion, and to really wonder about meaning and reasons for why we watch and consume things, especially when everything is on the internet. I'm really trying to make things that are real. And to me, art isn't something that should just be consumed in less than 2 minutes and you swipe on to the next thing. Here, I just have to emphasize that meaningful and substantial things take time. And things have a long natural process before their birth. And to supersede that process is to McDonaldize and expedite the process of something where we were meant to find beauty and meaning within the process. Content creation and even the emergence of AI in order to create content is a reflection of that process to McDonaldize and expedite the process of creating things. And this is where I see a lot of art being shifted into. And I don't know, maybe I just need to go searching a little bit deeper and further into this abyss of today's content in search of something real and in search of some real art or just real creation. And maybe this is where I have to go and say that I have to make it for myself. Because everything that comes from me is always going to be a form of art that has meaning and has substance and has some significant reasoning for why I'm even putting this stuff out there. Everything that I plan to put out there is always going to have some sort of substance and some sort of meaning, because that is what I find to be most real. You know, the epitome of the essence of something. And for you, the viewer, to be watching this, I would just hope that, you know, you're taking the time to really reflect on some of the things that I say, or if you're even looking at some of the things that I make, that you kind of use that as a moment to really kind of reflect on yourself. Use that and use what I'm saying in my videos and things like that as a mirror for something that is much deeper. Regardless, as an artist and as a creative, I'm really just like, fuck what everybody else is on. You know, I'm here to create meaning, I'm here to create substance, and I'm here to be a mirror for y'all to just go ahead and really just look at yourselves. And really, I think humanity, unfortunately, is lacking in substance and in meaning, and this is why we're seeing a lot of the things happening to us socially the way that they are happening. And we're kind of just removing ourselves from finding the essence of our purpose here on earth. And that is why I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing to kind of bring that back. And no lie, I'm kind of getting deja vu. But anyway,